Definitely 5 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock, and you're in with yours truly, Heavy Duty and David Welch.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Heavy, we streaming.
Yes, we're streaming. We're streaming.
People find us on the live stream.
Yep.
Push up that music, Heavy, we streaming. There's no more Elon Francis in here.
Yes. So we're streaming. We are on Talk City live on.
Let me share it. It's
on
feeling
YouTube.
foreign.
Yeah.
They didn't want us on their official pages. Now we there.
Right. We're inside.
We're inside.
And people calling already.
Already, take it.
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, Heavy.
Hey,
Good afternoon, brothers.
What's up?
Good afternoon to your co-host.
Yes, sir. Good day. How are you?
I am fine.
Talk to
Heavy,
us.
Yes, brother.
this is the gentleman you took your number that you came to my party and mashed up the place.
Oh, God! Have you which part you was by? Have you all over the place?
That could be thousands of people, but I know this person.
Who's this person?
You know the person.
Yes, I know this person. I know the voice.
All right.
Waiting for your call, eh?
Yes, definitely.
When next you come
Heavy,
in?
what's your promise, Heavy?
Huh?
What's your promise?
With a promise?
You're promising something? You promise people something? You promise house? You promise land?
He ain't make no promise. He liked the venue and he had to make a call.
All right.
End that story.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
Talk.
Yes, you're gonna get a call this evening.
So he's there.
Later.
Yeah,
Nice.
man.
If he's a politician, you know, people have to remember that, you know, Heavy. Look, that man call you as soon as you come on the air.
Yeah.
You wait for this particular show, but Heavy, talk to us. How are you today? Well, I see you doing it.
Yes. So I'm here. I had I held it down for Sweetheart on the last show.
Yeah.
And now I'm here inside with the under the radar.
Well, you ain't inside. You're under.
We're under the radar. Yeah, we're under the radar.
We're under the radar. We're flying under the
So
radar.
talk to me, David. What's up? What we have in store today?
Well, I'm now here sharing the live and everything. This is our official start. The official launch is now. Yeah. The official launch feels like it's now. To everyone that is wondering where they could view us, you could view us live on Facebook, YouTube, all over. We're finally streaming online. All right. Thank you to the technicians here at Talk City 911 FM.
Correct.
All right. Thank you to everyone. We are finally live online, so we can mash up the airwaves. There's a lot happening in Sweet TNT, a lot that we could be thankful for. Mm-hmm. We are now officially partners with the United States of America.
Yep.
Official partners. And that should be some sort of national pride for Trinidad and Tobago. Mm-hmm. The ACCC was signed, and I want people to hear that, know that, remember that, all right?
Yeah.
So our Prime Minister left Trinidad and Tobago, and she went across to the United States, and the United States signed off or included Trinidad and Tobago on an agreement, and that agreement is a defense agreement, a security agreement, which will better protect the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and it also seeks to protect the Caribbean as well. Right. Because while other Caribbean nations want to talk about zone of peace, truly, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, SCMP, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, is seeking the best interests of our CARICOM brothers and sisters as well in signing the ACCC agreement, that pact with the United States of America to look at policing the issue of narco-terrorism, drug traffickers,
correct,
and those, the transshipment that we have been. Mm-hmm. I see Kamala Persad-Bissessar saying finally, well, again and out loud, that she stands against drug trafficking again, and she stands with the United States of America. And I think that should be cherished. Today, the Prime Minister also visited the headquarters of the United States Southern Command in Doral, Florida. And in that meeting, a lot to happen. All right. So it kind of surprising though, Heavy, and to the wider population watching. Now, the Prime Minister have to come and defend Donald J. Trump or the partnership with Donald J. Trump. It kind of surprising that she had to come and defend it.
This is correct. Why she have to do that?
It's surprising.
It's so. Go ahead. Continue.
So, for those that didn't see it just yet, the Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar is seeking to reassure that the recently formed military alliance between Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, and Donald Trump administration is ultimately benefiting, and as I said, as I open with, the entire Caribbean. I see the PNM through where's this one name? This MP. Who's this one? I don't want to call your name, but who?
They replace you with a DJ from radio, no?
Right. They replace him.
Yeah. I don't know what kind of doctor he is, but they replace him with a DJ from radio. They say he wasn't good enough for Diego Martin, so they get a DJ from radio and put him in place of him.
Well, you hear he's saying, the opposition saying the Prime Minister must explain the benefits of the US trip. And I mean, they forget OFAC. It's almost the same thing, but it's a little different now. There's a little difference now because what the agreement is seeking to do is ensure that we police drug trafficking and narco-terrorism in our country and in our region. So therefore, Barbados, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, everybody going to now benefit from actually not having illegal aliens go across into their country, and they're also going to benefit from the lack of drugs that will now be shipped into their country. I hear other persons on other frequencies talking about international laws and Kamala breaching international laws with this signed agreement, and she allowing for shoot now, ask questions later. And that's not it. Why is it heavy that you leave your country to go and terrorize somebody else's country, and we must hold you, bring you to our country, pay for you to stay in our country in terms of these cells, right? And then pay for you to go before a magistrate to then say, okay, we go deport you, and then pay for you to go back home? We have all our money?
If you're dealing in drugs and we catch you on the seas, scrap or smoke your pipe. Simple as that. You see all that hullabaloo about how cool and lock up and get... and let me tell you something, man. I remember when the El Salvador president did what he did to help save his country from the high level of murders and crime by our gangs in his country. And I am saying a lot of people, right, including these people, human rights, a lot of human rights activists say, oh, he wicked, he's not supposed to do that, right? But they don't live in his country, right?
Yeah.
So all the people who are just grabbing at straws to find everything wrong with this thing, they're just looking for little cracks or little something to talk about.
Cracks. They have no cracks.
I am saying to you, if you are in drugs and that is your livelihood, time to find a new career.
Correct.
That's all I'm saying. If you enter transporting, trafficking, any form of drugs in the Caribbean and in South America, find a new career, because they're going to end up meeting their maker.
Yeah, agreed.
Sooner or later.
Agreed.
We don't have time to go to no court system, to deport, as you said, to hold you and bring you here, and next you from this country, we had to go and trial you. We don't have time for that. We catch you on the seas, you understand?
Yeah.
We use your radar, we see hard drugs on the boat. Okay, bye-bye. Press a button, poop.
You're gone.
You're gone.
One time.
We have time for that. We don't have time for that. You and the drugs going at the bottom of the sea. Right? People could say I harsh. People could say, what happened to the thousands of people and the hundreds of thousands of people who life lost every year because of this?
Exactly. And that's one thing they would never talk about. They never talk about that.
No.
They never say, they always say, oh, international laws and your region laws. Take the call.
Caller.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, sir.
I just have one question for you, right?
Yep.
And this is across the board. They say no PNM, UNC, wherever.
The same man from
You don't think that if the office on top of the building stop doing crime, you don't think the workers might take a little heed to that?
if the what?
Have a good evening. You don't think if the office upstairs stop doing crime,
Right.
you don't think that the workers might stop?
Yes. I agree with that. I agree with that. I always say crime start from the head. You understand? But that's a topic for a different day. We are speaking about drug trafficking.
Yeah.
We are speaking about the alliance that our Prime Minister signed on to the United States of America and several countries in South America, and including Guyana, right? Because I think crime, drugs and drug trafficking affect us differently than it affects other Caribbean islands, right? Because of our close proximity to Venezuela, we are in direct, right? We are directly in the line of fire when it comes to drugs and trafficking, right? And I always say it had a fix.
Agreed.
Regardless if it fixed from the bottom, if it fixed from the top, it had a fix.
The Prime Minister said here, take the call, go ahead.
Good afternoon, caller. Just
I'm calling you back again because I think you missed the point I was trying to tell you, right?
right,
The topic is about drugs.
right.
But why saying me and you, who sitting on the block over every day, let's see pepper and whatnot, can't bring that drugs in the country to kill the country.
But this is why we stopping the drugs from on the seas.
Somebody upstairs allowing that man to bring that drugs and nobody have nothing to say.
Who is that man you're talking
behind
about?
the scene, right?
Yeah.
You see the man who writes in the book and putting the story together and whatnot and not acting in the story. That is the man I'm talking about.
All right,
When I tell you about head and bottom,
all right.
I'm talking about the drugs.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
Yeah, this is enough here. Yeah, thank you, caller. David, to answer the caller, right? If I, myself, I just use an analogy here, I'm a drug trafficker, or I am the one who is the big fish.
Yeah.
I the big drugs boss, right? And I have people who to do the little minions and them who's go out there to get the drugs and bring it in for me, right? If I have them going out there, bringing the drugs on speedboats and things,
Yeah.
and I realize everybody was sent to get thing to bring it for me, getting liquor up on the sea, until nobody don't want to go. Because everybody afraid to go and get liquor up.
Yeah, they wouldn't go.
And they wouldn't go? So what's going to happen to me?
Yeah, but
I got to change careers too?
of course, but I'm trying to understand just the point that he's making individually, all right? Because if he's saying that is about the big boys only, right? What Kamala or what Trump and them seek to do is altogether stop that.
Everything.
Right?
Yeah.
Or, I mean, they'll have to find just like El Chapo and them, right?
Yeah.
When it is that the U.S. administration wanted to secure the borders a little bit more, they had to dig tunnels underground, right?
Right.
So therefore, the borders in itself were secure. They'll have to find a new way to deal with it, right?
Yeah.
But I China, it was Keith Rowley that wanted to privatize the ports. Remember that? Privatize the port of Spain and allow for private sector to run it. That is madness.
Correct.
Because you privatize the port, you're allowing for the same drug issue to...
Then the government have no say on the port.
No say at
You
all.
understand? Whoever running the port can bring in what they want to bring in on the port.
Exactly.
If they bring in human trafficking and all, they can bring it in on the port because them port.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
But that not make no kind of sense at all.
None at all. Right? So that's why I'm trying to understand a little bit there, right? So I hearing what he's saying and dealing with the big boys and stuff like that, but
This is a direct attempt at the big boys, right? You see, the narrative of them just blowing up boats in the waters is just one aspect of it, you know. When all these countries combine to form the shield and getting all the military force of America, right? They can now send people to different countries because they're all under coalition now. They could go in each country where the drugs are being harvested, where the drugs are being planted, where the cocaine is being planted, everything, and go in there with a full military might and destroy everything.
Yeah.
Right? The war now is on drugs in our hemisphere.
Exactly. And this is what the Prime Minister said. Prime Minister Kamala Persaud-Bissessar said her decision to join the America's counter-cartel coalition ACCC, a U.S.-led regional military and security alliance, would be in the very best interest of the entire CARICOM, the whole region. That's the work we are doing, the Prime Minister added. The PM lamented that Caribbean regions is now plagued by evil people. That's what she said. No, but it moving slow. That's why I say we could do it for ourselves. No, we just use VMix, man. It just switching the cameras on VMix. Don't worry. It's moving too slow.
You probably moving too slow?
It's moving too slow. So that's right. I will record the show. I will get the show over and play it back now. And sometimes when you talking, it's staying on me. And when I talking, it's staying on you.
Oh, okay.
So
I understand.
We go talk to TTT. All right, but that's what the Prime Minister said there, heavy. And I don't disagree with it. There's several good things coming for Trinidad, and I know that you saw the energy deal that coming for Trinidad and Tobago as well, right?
Yes.
So,
I wanted to play that, if you have that clip with Munila or that you had on your on your TikTok page.
Where playing it? Yeah, where I can send it?
Send it to my phone. I go send it to WhatsApp and we go get it played. I'm gonna take this call. Caller.
Evie.
Yes, brother.
I'm calling back again, and I ain't want to be the devil's advocate, but let me draw another point here.
All right.
This line hooked up to his phone.
When Trump went after Maduro, did he bomb up half of Venezuela?
No.
And he went straight to the head.
Yeah, but your point not making sense, because even if you're going to take out the head, it's going to be replaced by somebody else.
Yeah,
no. You had a no. Hold on. If you no, hold on.
And not a good point.
How is it not a good point? Look at Iran. No, hold on. Look at Iran. We took out the supreme leader of Iran, and they replaced him with somebody else in the family who is now seeking revenge.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You need to hold on, because every action has a reaction. There's consequences for doing certain things.
Right.
You could still go and speed down the highway, but you know you're breaking the law, correct?
Right.
Lovely. Why then doesn't Kamala say, you know what? We're gonna increase the price for all vehicles. If you want a fast car, you're gonna pay $1 million. Then nobody will be able to afford it. Correct?
Right.
We cannot. Hold on. You will get to talk just now. We cannot hold. I will take you off the line now. I will take you off the. Hold on.
Let's make a statement and then you will talk after.
You coming away from the drugs aspect. We talking about the drugs aspect.
But it is the same point. You cannot tell me that the way in which we deal with it.
My point is based on drugs, and I'm using the same drug related.
I see what. How much passage you come out as?
That's all. Let me finish.
When they kill the same young boys and them, it's 100, 2,000 more still to come, because they're being nurtured by the same ones who on the block right now doing the same work. And when they pass, they get them at $2, $20, go to school with that, and then they might get them at $2 to sell in school. It's the same attack as you're taking out the head. But when they take out the head, it slows it up more drastically, because the head is what bring the bulk of goods for it to get on the street.
What about if the head don't have no bulk? Listen, the process is
when
not...
When they kill the head, for it to come back on the street. But, so don't tell me taking out the little ones, it is the same as taking out the head. It can never be.
All right, Kuala, thank you very much. Thank you. It's not about taking out no little ones. You're misunderstanding what we're trying to say. We're not going after the minions. We're going after the drugs.
Exactly.
The shipment that is behind the boat is that what they're taking out. Right? Whoever on the boat with the shipment, going with the shipment too.
Exactly. And
You understand?
nobody's saying, Donald Trump is not saying, Kamala Prasad-Bissessar is not saying that we are going to just say, or they are going to just simply bomb everybody out at sea. They are sending a warning and a threat.
Yeah.
If you want to engage in drug trafficking, you will pay the penalty
Correct.
for engaging in drug trafficking. That's
Right.
all that she's saying, and that's all Donald Trump and the U.S. administration saying. So all the nonsense about just going for the head and going for the head, the reality is, you go and you take out a head, it's going to be replaced if there are not consequences for actions.
Right.
If you choose to go and engage in drug trafficking, this is the penalty.
No, he believed that we just going after the minions, the ones that
but that's not what just
that's not
happening.
what's going on. That
But
what people
it
that
is-
is this propaganda seed that they sell them, you know.
I agree.
That they're going to kill innocent. You're not innocent. They're going to just go after the boys and them who
take
out
out
in the sea and
people.
take out people just so. No, the idea is to get rid of the drugs, to stop the drugs from coming
Exactly.
in. Right? So it's called supply and demand. You kill the supply, so we wouldn't have no demand.
But then it's the same thing that we were saying when it comes to USA or USA and Venezuela.
Yeah.
They make a whole issue for Trump going directly after Maduro. When Trump started to go after world leaders, they say he breaking international law.
International law,
But
yeah.
they're so mad and corrupt. Caller, go ahead.
Paula, go ahead.
Yeah, good. It could take some good years, maybe to stop that kind of behavior, stop that, but we might be there long. They might be able to slow it down. You know that kind of way? They might be able to slow it down, but to stop that, it's easy. That drug, it's easy. It's the nicest drug in the world right now, all over the world. People are just craving for that drug. But it's nice.
Agreed.
I show you that.
Agreed.
It's no easy to stop just so.
And-
But it comes, slow it down, you know?
Yeah.
But to stop it, it's hard. I tell you, I show you that. They will try all the best. I show you that. It's easy. Because I smoke cocaine, I take MX, I take all the drugs in the world. But you see, that is the best in the world. I know how I stop is by saying my prayers. I say prayer, I lock up in the room for months, saying my prayers. I never went to no rehab. Oh, no way. Oh, nobody to tell me. It's prayers. It's prayers. Look at it. Yeah, and I tell you, I come out. When I stop, I start back again. I think I get a little money. I start back. And as my money done, I had a Levi's. I tell my Levi's was $15. I when I carry back, what do they? That was it. I never put a block in my mouth, or in my nose, or put snot in my nose, or nothing. I should hear that. Them can't come along me with drugs and all. I know that drugs, all kind of drugs.
Yeah, brother.
Because I was a junkie. I nearly 80 years. You know that kind of way?
Yeah.
Them can't come. That's very easy to stop that. Or slow down. They might be able to slow it up. You know? Can not stamp it down, but it's not easy to stop. I tell you, I show you all that. All right, man.
All right, thanks so much. All right, so I sent, I hear myself over again. I don't know what's that.
I hear you what? That's his phone. Okay. All right, caller. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I sent the clip to you there heavy with Minister Munilal because we set to engage or benefit from significant oil and gas in Trinidad and Tobago. This here is another promise made and a promise kept by Kamala Prasad-Bissessar to restart the Petrotrin refinery. And with the refinery being restarted in Trinidad and Tobago, what is going to happen is a significant amount of reserves or revenue, is what I want to say, will be brought back to our country. So I think Chevron is looking at doing business once more with TNT. Chevron wants to talk with Trinidad and Tobago, and this is following the Prime Minister going to speak with U.S. officials on the energy sector. So when the PNM Amy Brown asking for details about, what coming out of the U.S. meeting with Donald Trump, we see where Chevron wants to come and talk with Trinidad and Tobago. So this here is the news story right now. Senior political reporter Gail Alexander saying this country's revenue position increased last Friday by US $4 million a month as a result of higher oil prices following the Middle East war. And that sum is in addition to US $10 million in oil revenue, which was estimated earlier last week, says Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal. Dr. Munilal gave the information in the lower house last Friday during the debate on an opposition's People's National Movement motion calling for measures to mitigate the development social crisis in Trinidad and Tobago, streaming, quote-unquote, from the United National Congress. So Minister Munilal said he, quote, I get no great joy from conflict all over the world. However, we're going to benefit from an increased position of US $4 million per month in the last 18 hours is what Rudal Munilal stated. So there are good things coming out from these meetings. Tell me if you have the clip ready there, Heavy.
I'm trying to open it, and unfortunately I ain't getting it open.
It's an opening?
That's all. Yeah.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping.
Okay, so we're back.
Yes,
Yeah, we're back.
Welcome back. Yeah, I realized we didn't say Happy International Women's Day, Heavy. I know the both of us single, but... All right, well, Happy International Women's Day to all the mothers and women out there. Girls as well, Happy International Women's Day to you. Should we say aspiring ones? Never mind.
So we have a clip to play.
Yes, this is the Energy Minister, people. Let's go straight to the Energy Minister, Dr. Rudal Munilal. This is from his media briefing.
Has become a key focus over the past. I don't have to, reiterate to you that the energy sector has become a key focus over the past months, given geopolitical developments and the increasingly accelerated and aggressive role of the leadership of Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the government of Trinidad and Tobago in dealing with matters pertaining to this industry. Just about 2 or 3 issues I'll raise today before taking my seat and inviting questions. The first is to indicate that today at the cabinet meeting, we presented our report on production and price data in the energy sector. And I'm happy to indicate that at October 2025, we can indicate that we have had an increase in production of crude oil and condensate, which averaged around 55,448 barrels per day. And I say this in the context that at April 2025, upon assuming office, then the average was 52,000 barrels per day, more or less. So that we have raised that by about 3,000 plus barrels per day. And of course, there are several reasons for this, including the management of the sector and the role of several of our state enterprises and multinational corporations. But we have seen that increase. We have also been extremely happy that notwithstanding that several gas projects have gone offline for various reasons, we have maintained as far as possible our natural gas production, which averaged 2,429 million standard cubic feet per day. We expect that will also increase in the coming months, given several of the projects that will come online. So that the news from the energy sector in terms of pure production and price is that, notwithstanding quite recent developments, which may put a change, we have had a steady increase in production, and this has resulted, incidentally, in an interesting revenue position, which I'll just share with you very briefly, as we have from the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. The energy sector recorded an increase in revenue and treasury deposits of more or less $390 million between the calendar years 2024 to 2025. So between 2024 and 2025, in pure calendar year terms, our receipt increased and our contribution to the national treasury increased from 7.8 million in 2024 to 8.2 billion, 7.8 billion to 8.2 billion in 2025. Revenue, as you know, comprises receipts from license, royalties, and leases, and treasury deposit comprises receipts from production sharing contracts. So that the good news for us is that our 2025 contribution to the national treasury increased by more or less $390 million. We expect that 2026 will continue that increase. It will continue that upward movement in terms of production and contribution to the treasury. The other piece of news I will just give you, again emanating from Cabinet today, is that the Cabinet today took a decision to approve a recommendation from the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries that deals specifically with the response to our petroleum regulations bidding order. As you know, we did undertake a competitive bid round late last year. Emerging from that, we had very strong interest by a company, a very important company, of course, CNOOC, China National Offshore Oil Company. And let me indicate that CNOOC is the third largest national oil company of China and the largest producer offshore of oil and gas in China. They expressed an interest in participating, and we are happy to announce that today Cabinet considered and agreed to the award of production sharing contracts for blocks 24 and 25, and that was in response to our bid round. This will mean that we will now enter into another round of negotiations with CNOOC, and we will seek to award those blocks via the appropriate production sharing contracts. Those blocks, just for your knowledge, is at the north of Trinidad, about 45-50 miles off the coast, the north coast of Trinidad. And we're extremely pleased with that. As I said before, CNOOC is an extremely large global company. Some of you may know CNOOC has also been involved with ExxonMobil and Hess, I believe, in Guyana, in that massive oil find and production initiative in Guyana. So that we are very happy that ExxonMobil has already entered our energy industry, and now CNOOC is on the verge of entering as well. We will keep you posted on these matters. To indicate as well that recently we participated in the Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo in Guyana, where officials of the ministry in Trinidad and Tobago and the state enterprise sector had very productive meetings with the leadership of Chevron, ExxonMobil. We had meetings with the Energy Chamber in Guyana. We had very good meetings with other parties interested in the refinery, including interests from Saudi Arabia and, of course, Africa and other players from the United States. Emerging from that as well was a very, very important discussion with the government of Guyana in terms of collaboration and cooperation with Trinidad and Tobago. And they have acknowledged the role that Trinidad and Tobago has played over the decades and the increasing contribution that Trinidad and Tobago must play as we move forward in the energy landscape of the Southern Caribbean. For us, it was an important 4 days. In fact, I think in 4 days, we, dealt with the damage done for almost 10 years in terms of our energy relationship with Guyana and Suriname. So we were extremely pleased with that. And in the coming days, you may well hear of other news and initiatives coming out of that cooperation with the Cooperative Republic of Guyana and, of course, Suriname. So I would just announce those few items, and I'm sure that you'll have some questions as well. Thank you very much.
All right, so that there was the Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, Dr. Rudal Munilal. And if in case people missed it, because, we like to open fridge door and close fridge door around times when minister is talking, all right? The minister reported that crude oil and compensate production increased approximately 55,148 barrels per day by October 2025. That is not in a PNM administration, that's in a UNC administration, up from 52,000 barrels per day when the government assumed office in April of 2025. The natural gas production also remains stable at approximately 2.429 billion standard cubic feet per day, despite temporary maintenance shutdown of some gas projects. But what is important as well is that there was an improved production performance contributing to higher government revenues, with the energy sector generating a total of 8.2 billion in receipts and deposits into the National Treasury by 2025 compared to the 7.28 billion in 2024. That increase is approximately 319 million to the National Treasury. Heavy, you think we could see a reduction in gas prices in the next budget, Bay?
I hope so. Hopefully.
Because this is good trends, you know?
Yeah, this is good trends. This is a good move forward.
Of course, this is a real good move forward. So I think the people of Trinidad and Tobago just have to wait a little, because we increased production revenue, at least the revenue when it comes to production, by 319 million in a time where we don't have a refinery.
Correct.
Imagine when we have a refinery, where we would be when it comes to revenue projections. So you see the budgeted amount that the government was looking at, how much barrels? I think it was $45 a barrel they wanted.
Yeah.
All right. It seems like we heading more to more than that $45. But what is going to be most important, as you well know, is that deposit into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. Because remember, I read an article on the last show when we surpassed our projected amounts for the energy sector, and there was a shortfall of just about $3 billion into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund by the People's National Movement. I don't see that. I hope not to see that under the United National Congress. I don't think I will see it under the UNC, because there's a certain percentage that needs to go into the rainy day fund for TNT. But this is great news. And here's the thing. This press conference came out, or this postcard was last Thursday, right? Just before the Prime Minister went to the United States. The Prime Minister went to the United States, the PNM go say, with the Energy Minister, if you're going for talks with energy. Dr. Rudal Munilal doesn't have to be there because they're capable persons in this government. And Kamala Persad-Bissessar is a capable woman. Trust me, she's leading the government. Here's the story. Yo, this story started.
Right.
Less than 24 hours after Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar met with the United States energy sector Chris White, Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal says global energy giant Chevron is already knocking on Trinidad and Tobago's doors.
Wow.
That is ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP, Shell for Dragon Gas.
And he mentioned another company by the name of I forget, but he mentioned another company there too.
But international and regional partners as well. Don't forget Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
Don't forget the UAE.
Yep.
We're sitting on a gold mine. The potential for Trinidad and Tobago is exponential. I never felt so encouraged yet about the progress of a nation. Because we've always been speaking about prosperity and prospering in this nation. And with all that is, and I know people go say, oh, it's just talk, you had to wait until it happened, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But in all the talks, you see in action, small bits and pieces of action. When the Prime Minister came in and she said, hey, we're going to look outside of TNT and we're not just going to look at CARICOM. That wasn't just for crime, you know. That is for sustainability as well and sustainable development. And when she said that, hey, we're going to look at the UAE, we're going to look at the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
We're going to look at Saudi Arabia. We're going to look at Guyana. Remember when they demonize us and they demonize the government for dragging gas, and then Kamala went to Guyana. Or they had talks with Guyana, and they said, Guyana can't do this, Guyana can't do that, Guyana can't do the other because they're just getting the energy sector up and running. They're going to cripple this economy. Look at what's happening now. I swear to you, Heavy, every single time they demonize the government and they say this about the government and that about the government, all you have to do is wait 1 week, you know. 1 week. Kamala just proved them wrong. She proved them wrong consistently. Because I see in great potential for Trinidad and Tobago. Here's the thing, speaking with Guardian Media during the Pagua celebrations at Palmas Park in San Fernando, Dr. Munidal also responded to critics who questioned his absence during the bilateral agreements with Wright, explaining that the Prime Minister attended a meeting of the heads of government where she would have discussed various matters, and that also being of energy. Munilal said it was not by coincidence that Chevron expressed interest in doing business with Trinidad and Tobago just 24 hours after Kamala Persad-Bissessar raised certain very important matters regarding the energy sector. That is proof that despite Rudal Munilal not being there, Kamala Persad-Bissessar respects his job enough to say, if you're interested in us, call this number quick.
Yeah.
Call this person quick. Because we have limited spots, you know.
Yeah.
We have limited spots. We have a refinery to start. We have the people business to put on the table. I think Kamala Persad-Bissessar and the UNC is the best government for TNT. I don't know what you say about that, Heavy.
If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't have voted for them.
Aye.
And I know thousands of people who voted for them believe the same. You understand? I think the people didn't understand. Some of the people don't understand what it takes to run a country. They don't understand what have to be done. The main focus right now, which is on the front burner, and I think this government is prioritizing it, is getting foreign revenue, foreign currency, foreign investors, and all these things. We need to reboost or build back the economy, and it's looking pretty. I'm telling you, the light is shining in the tunnel right now. It's shining bright in the tunnel right now.
And you know,
and haven't shined that way in a very long time.
And we could agree, Heavy, that right now you're probably not seeing it. Right? Probably not seeing it. But in not seeing it, I want you to pay attention to this story I saw earlier today, right? The chief personnel officer, or is it procurement? The CPO just now, right? The story loading up. But you saw that one, right?
No, I didn't see that one.
All right, it loading up.
The CPO.
That would be.
I don't talk about the CPO.
The Trinidad.
The one who's supposed to sign off on the.
Correct.
The
pay increase.
The back pay
and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
They're talking about a 5% for the Trinidad and Tobago police service.
How much?
I think it's 5%. But I think that was ratified back then, or not ratified, but spoken of back then. Hold on, the story loading the internet and you're terrible, boy.
Yeah.
Oh God, it loading. But the point is that while they're telling us that we ain't seen nothing yet, thing happening below the radar or under the radar, things happening.
You see, the majority of naysayers are pretty well focused and beating a dead horse called CPEP, URMP, and forestries.
Yeah.
Right? They're only seeing that not being there, right?
Yeah.
As if that's not there, then it has no progress. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They are conditioned to believe that we ain't have no CPEP, URP, and forestries, right? Wherever else happening in the country, them don't care. Understand? All this means nothing to them, you know. All what Kamala doing here, going and meet Trump and all this energy thing, and Chevron and BP and Exxon Mobil and all. There are people oblivious
Yeah, to those things.
as to what is happening there. In their mind, they're still saying, right?
Thousands on them.
Thousands of people unemployed, people suffering.
Yeah.
And nobody working and everybody in the clothes on CPEP and URP and forestries. That is what the opposition, both opposition, government opposition and their minions and their
Preaching.
yeah.
Preaching,
I tell you that even changed a lot of UNC people who were blogging and all these things. They switched because of that.
But what do you want? That you see, my problem heavy is that they
want CPEP, URP and forestries.
Yeah, but they'll say that all they getting paid, so all they talking a good talk for you.
That's what they're saying.
That's what they'll say. That's what they're saying, right? But the reality is, though, heavy, that I don't think that you, heavy, at all sacrificing your integrity to talk good about a government. Because the thing is, you could have benefit on the PNM. If you was beating the tune of the PNM drum, tell me you wasn't going to benefit.
Of course. I was offered to switch to PNM many occasions and was offered pretty much lucrative than what I even getting now.
Exactly.
A lot more.
But your
I would have been living in a
integrity matter.
house down in Eden Gardens.
But yeah, you give up that way.
Yeah. I give up a house in Eden Gardens to talk. Because I believe in, you understand what I'm saying?
You believe in something.
Yeah.
Right?
Understand? All else I live in Eden Gardens with my gate, press a button and my gate sliding and I drive in my vehicle. And a good job with money too.
You know how to work.
All I do was come on a radio station and cuss Kamala every day, Monday to Friday. You understand?
But they'll say that's what you get paid for now. It's ridiculous. The point
It's
is
different now though because PNM not in power.
Exactly.
Right? But listen to me. I telling you the honest truth, David. Right? A lot of people, right? And it took me a little while to realize this, right? And I saw it I was going through YouTube and I saw it in a little documentary that, right? A lot of people that you trying to save, a man trying to save people, right? Depending on who you are, they don't want you to save them. And then there are a lot of people don't want to be saved because they want to stay in what they are because they're comfortable in their mind there.
Yeah.
Change is very difficult for some people.
Yeah.
Right? Change is very difficult. A lot of people will kill themselves because things changing.
correct.
Right? What I try to do is try to talk to the right thinking citizens.
Need to.
Right? Not the citizens who just go off and anything they hear and run with it. People who could discern sense from nonsense and discern right from wrong. If I come in on this radio station, on this national radio station in front of this mic, right, and selling you Lou, as you are right thinking citizens, you will know, heavy talking Lou.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
If I'm making sense, then you will say, all right, it's making sense. And you're not sounding like if you get by. You understand? I will come here and tell you, right, that what is happening right now, and based on what I'm seeing the government is doing and the moves the government is making, in the next 2 years, I guarantee you, Trinidad and Tobago is going to be 10 times better off than they were now.
Correct. 10
Right?
years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge.
In a while. Right? And I am saying that if you only concern about CPEP, URP, and forestries, which I personally am glad they no longer exist because to me that is slavery.
It is. And
It's modern day slavery.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just a means of keeping the dragon quiet. Leaving the dragon let it sleep. Right? I am saying to you that 2 years from now, you will forget it had something called CPF, European Forestries, because you will be working in a sustainable job. One you'll be proud of, one that you can get benefits, one where you can get a loan, where you can buy a vehicle, you can buy some material and start to build your house and all these things. If you're living on a piece of land, you might be able to get, you know, you're able to see about your children better, send them to schools, get them to, you understand?
Yeah.
Right? I am saying to you, all you got to do is hold us train. Okay, we gotta go for the play. We and the lotto. We're going now. Right? Keep it locked right here.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Cherry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just for you. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Yes. We back on the inside. It is now time check 7:13 p.m. We're getting close to the top heavy. You're getting to go home just now.
Yeah, but
hopefully you're going home now. You're going home, right?
Of course. I start to feel tired here, boy.
Have you staying at that television?
Yeah, I only watching time.
Yeah, I mean, double shift, you know, heavy.
Yeah, I imagine I'm in my house 6 o'clock this morning. I'm reach back home yet.
Wow. And you're still going.
I'm still going, yeah.
Heavy walking, boy. Heavy walking. Don't worry, boy. Heavy boy. A 5% for you. So, on the backs of that,
yes.
the chief personnel officer, Commander Dr. Daryl Dindial, on Monday, that's the day, reconvened talks with the executives of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Social and Welfare Association on matters affecting members of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Right. The meeting took place at their office in Port of Spain, and during the meeting, reference was made to the last engagement between the parties on December 9th, 2025. At that meeting, the association was advised that the chief personnel officer advised by the chief personnel officer to submit a formal response to the 5% salary offer dated April 11, 2025 for the 2020 to 2022 bargaining period. The matter formed part of discussions at Monday's meeting as both parties continue dialogues on salary negotiations. All right, so...
And this is for the police service?
Yeah, this is for the police service.
So the police service is going to get an extra 5% increase.
Correct, and the period would be 2020 to 2022, that bargaining period there. Offer matters or other matters discussed include the job evaluation exercise, the group health plan, pension reform, and matters concerning the municipal police.
Caller.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
sir.
get a caller.
I find Mr. Gifford was doing a good job. I find this commission and that kind of stuff. Yeah, ready for that. Yeah, you see, Mr. Gifford, you should move about, but you can't sit down in a desk and sit on one place and all the time. You have to be on your foot. You understand? A brave man. Mr. Gifford used to be all about. All of them get through and all about. Yeah? Yeah?
All right, caller.
Yeah, Mr. Gifford was a real boss.
All right, brother. Thank you very much.
Sing Mr. Gifford, boy.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you there. But yeah, so at least, talks of wage negotiations happening. And don't forget, for the past 10 years, the only talks was before election, We're not in an election year, I mean, we're coming up to local election, but I don't think your local election will really hurt the government now, but we're coming up to a local election. But, talks of wage negotiations usually always happen. It may happen before election, before a general election. The fact that it's happening now in a time where we're not going into anything and they're not going to serve, quote unquote, if we want to go down that way, serve the government in any type of way. I mean, it proves, again, and it dispels the argument that this government don't care. Or this government, squandering the money.
Yeah.
I remember the corruption index that came out, right? I'm not saying that wrong. It had to be, because you're smelling any major corruption happening right now in government right now? I ain't saying they don't have none, eh?
I don't think this particular administration could indulge in no kind of corruption right now. No. And I ain't hear nothing, and I ain't smelling nothing.
I ain't smelling anything either. So I looking at, great things happening for Trinidad and Tobago. And we can't forget Tobago.
You see, nothing is really happening. There's no major projects happening right now. All the projects that is happening right now, there's a continuation of projects that were under the PNM, right? But
don't say continuation. Say the fulfillment.
The fulfillment. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, sir.
Brother Heavy and Brother
David Welch.
David, yeah. Only if they know they were slaves, you could have free some more.
Yep.
And a wise man on a good evening, Mr. Welsh.
Yes, sir.
Have you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, UNC, I'm proud.
And we did say, if Tiana was in power, the whole thing would have burned down, and you would have seen all of them coming out. You would have told on them. But you see, I want Brother David to have a phone call segment when you have a show on too, or a WhatsApp number. Because, listen to this, brother.
Yeah.
If $1.4 billion in 10 years spent on CPEP, each 20,000 workers, try and help me with the maths now, as Uncle Heavy to say, the maths, help me with the maths. Yeah? For the last 10 years, each CPEP worker supposed to clock in $1 million in their pocket.
Correct.
Right? So you tell me now, 10 years of working,
How much in the 10 years, how much money was spent?
$1.4 billion.
Wow.
Eh? So who did really make any money? Eh? In URP, they raised minimum wage, Boston, to $22.50. But the slaves and them was only getting how much? $79 a day for half day work. And they never raised it. $2. Eh? So who was really benefiting? They say forestry, but yet still you're seeing we have no new lumber or anything. Where the money was going?
Not that tree plant.
Eh?
Not one.
And then they leave me with a borrow of $1.4 billion US. And they go on with that and half a trillion dollars, $750 billion TT pass through worse than SM Salt and turpentine. So, and then you see the mass spending and this behavior in public office. And then the PNM tells their supporters, wait until 2028 till the dragon come in. But yet still, the person to get the license to produce the dragon, it's still banked on the United States of America. And calling India the honorable fellow who make money disappear in a glitch. Say, it's for the longest outstanding relationship we have with America. You see, they're power hungry to come back to give me property tax and to give me the TTRA. And where we had work to pay them money by, and where the local government reform. And yet still, you know, people, in 10 months, we get bills to make my life better because they're governed on the Constitution. So Rowley can come back, or any incarnation of the PNM, to say it's not a privilege or not an entitlement. They make it lawfully that your pension, your health care, and medicine is free for you. It must be free, and free education. The PNM was begging for laptop and tablet, not for the hospital, for children. But Brother Wells and Brother Heavy.
Yes, brother.
I'll try to get a WhatsApp number so I can call a little more frequent now. Have a good night.
All right.
That's a problem. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much.
So Yana Heavy, I just off what he is saying here, right? With, you know, the slave master talk or the slave talk. I just sent you something from Khadija Amin because it spells out the corruption that was happening. I want to give you, before you go there to that clip, I want to give you a timeline because the People's National Movement, they walked out of Parliament on Friday, the 6th of February, 2026, right? And they walked out citing, again, that the speaker bias or the speaker don't want to hear them and all kind of nonsense they're saying. But they operating as though this one or what happened inside of the Parliament was something that, you know, just suddenly happened or it knew. The People's National Movement brought a private motion through Kareem Marcel to the Parliament. And the private motion seek to say that it is government that sent home thousands of workers and spoke about the unemployment in the country and asking for relief for those persons that are unemployed and what would happen to them, right? That's basically the grounds of the private motion brought by Kareem Marcel. And the government responded. A total of 8 persons, 8 spoke on that private motion, right?
Right.
The opposition is saying that they didn't get time to speak or that the Speaker of the House, Jagdeep Singh, don't want them to speak. But 8 members of Parliament spoke on it, both opposition as well as government.
Right.
Rudal Munilal spoke on it, Dr. Rudal Munilal. The Honorable Vandana Mohit spoke on it. The Honorable Barry Padarat. The Honorable Clyde Elder. Who else, boy? Other ministers, right? When they go across to the opposition side, PNM side, you had Nian Gasby Dolly that spoke on the issue. You had some new persons that spoke on it, the new ones inside there. Obviously, Kareem Marcel, who piloted the motion, etc., etc., and some other opposition MPs that spoke on this same motion, right? They stand up in Parliament on Friday, and they, remember when you was watching it on TV, and you're like, what they walk out for? They walked out because they say the time getting curtailed and they're not able to speak, blah, blah, blah. And they come to bring a motion to talk about unemployment in Trinidad and Tobago and say that it is government that sent them thousands of people, right? And then Nian Gasby Dolly stood up and said that there's no corruption in URP. Nothing could be found. There's no corruption in CPEP. There's no corruption in deforestation. There's none of that happening, is what Nian Gasby Dolly said. Wow. So when you play that clip, And I want Nyan Gasby Dolly to be listening and the nation to be listening. So if you open your fridge door, close it right now and listen.
I know this morning we had a huge explosive headline in The Guardian. URP probe begins. The URP probe has caused an investigative journalist, his name is Joshua Simangal, to delve into the business of URP. I understand that they did acquire some documents through the Freedom of Information Act. This is not UNC information. This is information that is in URP, and any independent source, if they see those documents, they will realize that it is very clear that large sums of money would have gone to PNM general election candidates, other PNM officials, criminal elements, and a number of questionable payments. You also have where they have printed the names of companies who received over $15 million in payments. Again, former PNM candidates. And I want to tell you something. I am observing a trend where those wrongdoers who were appointed by the PNM in the URP continue to try to blame the UNC for their wrongdoing in the past 10 years. You should be apologizing to the public, apologizing to the taxpayers for your abuse of taxpayers' funds. And I want to tell you that our internal audits continue. The police investigation will very likely widen when they look at the documents that are available, and those who were involved in wrongdoing, they will face justice. But more than that, in addition to scrapping the corrupt URP program, the UNC has established the unemployment fund in the Ministry of Finance, and that fund has been accessed to do our public spaces, upkeep of public spaces program, our carnival cleaning, and that fund is being accessed to provide employment, meaningful employment to real people. So we are cutting the corruption, and by that we will make money available, and more persons will continue to be employed.
So you hear that more persons will continue to be employed. But Heavy, I want to bring the truth for you, Heavy, and permit me, because I gonna get a little bit rowdy inside here. So you should play the music at the background. You know what I'm talking about? The Western.
Western one.
Yeah, get them the Western because let her hear it first. So I'm gonna tell you, Heavy. Here's I am quoting the article. This is not coming from David Welcher.
Yeah.
I quoting an article done by Joshua Simangal, posted on The Guardian. Quote, political connections. This is to the URP. God. 15 million for companies linked to PNM general election candidates. 2 companies, one directed by Aaron Sherez Mohammed, received more than 15.3 million in URP contracts between 2018 and 2025, according to documents. Who is Mohammed? Well, the article tells us. Mohammed was the PNM's 2025 general election candidate for Couva South and its 2019 local government election candidate for Claxon Bay, Point Ape. 2 companies in receipt of the contracts were AM Sales and Services, as well as ASA, you could say ASA, distributors. Mohammed was removed as a director from the companies, according to the company registrar documents, but relatives of the same listed addressed remained as directors. The same thing with Abik. And the same man saying on inside Parliament who say, I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Right? But anyway, the real thing is, how much money was paid to AM Sales and Services? Well, they received, out of your money, out of your tax-paying dollars, they received a total of $12.6 million from URP, the same, not corrupted URP, between the periods of 2018 under PNM to 2025, just as they left office. Between 2021 and 2024 alone, that company collected a total of $10.6 million. The services offered more than $65,000 in September of 2019 for quote-unquote workers. But you remember Feroz can say they're staffed, but nobody showing up.
Yeah.
Right? I the ghost. $65,000 in September of 2019 for works, equipment associated with box drain and all kind of thing for point of pay. $28,966 in August of 2020 for concrete for workers, and more than $60,000 for concrete paving in Sangre Grande. You see any hey, anywho.
Wow.
A total of $45,697.50 without description in 2023. AM Sales and Services was incorporated just as Abik Construction Limited, or Abik, I think it's Abik, right? That is, Parliament friends, or Parliament family, on the opposition side at least. The AM Sales and Services was incorporated in September of 2018, registered to a Claxon Bay address, and provides hardware, equipment, and building supplies. They have a company with the same name that was previously incorporated in November of 2004, but was removed from the company's listing. URP payments to AM Sales and Services is a total, it goes like this. PNM 2018 to 2019, $640,480. 2019 to 2020, $619,345. 2021 to 2022, $4,392,758. 2022 to 2023, $3,206,402. 2023 to 2024, $2,988 or $88,668. 2024 to 2025, $758,154. Meanwhile, the second company linked to Mohammed, the Azure distributors, received a total of $207 million from URP between 2018 to 2025. The services offered includes $1,316 in September of 2019 for materials for constructing of box drains and other stuff. Cover building restorations at a total of $22,948. We had in February of 2022 $11,174 for some head of construction of some Shogunas thing there, and in August of 2022 $58,500 for Reg.5 buildings finish in May of 2024. I don't know where heavy that they heavy, and it's in done.
My God.
It have plenty more. It have senior officers, superintendents, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, members of such that benefited from URP contracts. What police officer need a URP contract for?
My God.
What a company registered in sales had a get a URP contract for? To cut grass. Play that song for people to hear. Play that song. We just asking questions. Where the money gone?
Millions of dollars are given to contractors in URP, and the workers working for $550 a fortnight.
Imagine that. And that is what the people want back.
That would have won back.
That would have won back.
That would have cost and get on for.
You know this also in this article, Heavy. It linked people like the deceased Sharon. You read this article? It listed persons.
That article is where?
This public. This is a quote. Police begin probe into URP corruption allegations and question several people. This article was dropped 43 days ago. After the fact that they went to Parliament, Kareem Marcel brought this up. And 2 days after, on the 23rd, 4th, 5th, on the 25th, the morning of the 25th, this article dropped.
Which newspapers?
Guardian, ironically. They probably feel sick. Yeah, this is the Sharon. According to the document, on September 21, 2018, a company owned by a former, quote, Muslim gang affiliate, car dealer and businessman Sharon Sukdio received URP contracts worth, close an estimate, $400,000 for a car dealership.
To do what?
To cut grass.
My God.
What do you mean? The car had a roll over the lawn.
I want to say good afternoon. Good night to Maria Santana Lockdown. Good night to you. That being said, let's go for a break. We'll be right back. Keep it locked right here to Talk City 91.1 FM.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
So I'll go right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
Hey, up for this exciting challenge? Confident about your business? If you are, the 1020 feature is just what we need. It's where you give your customers 10 reasons in 20 seconds why they should shop by you. This fun-filled feature will be captured, packaged, and aired on television and promoted on social media simultaneously. Small, medium, and large businesses call or WhatsApp 764-3378 or 313-4215. Let's feature your business. 1020 with Junior K. It's affordable, effective, and fun.
Talk City 91.1. Thought-provoking conversations, bold perspectives, voices you trust. Talk City 91.1 is launching bigger, bolder, and more powerful than ever before.
Yes, Talk City 91.1 FM.
A brand new era of talk radio is here. With voices you know, trust, and respect. Get ready for an all-new lineup of the very best in talk. Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Stephen Reese, Mr. X, Derek Charbodi, Roland Stewart, Sharon Farfan, Sudath Prasad, Heavy Duty, Alex Asing, Karen Francisco, Jerry Lean Lewis, Short Pants, and more of the voices shaping the national conversation. From hard-hitting current affairs to real community issues, culture, politics, social development, and the stories that matter most to you. This is where Trinidad and Tobago comes to talk.
It's all good right here on Talk City 91.1, where we're going to give you something new, something hot every day, Monday to Friday.
Listen on 91.1 FM and connect on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. New shows, new features, big giveaways. Talk City 91.1. Your city, your voice.
And we're on the final stretch, so take it away, David. David, my battery low right now, eh?
If people only see what I see.
Yeah, my battery low.
Every radio only had visuals, so you can get it online, all right? Streaming live online right now, people. Talk City 911 FM on all social platforms. Right now, you can catch us live there if you want to see some visuals and stuff like that and be happy. You heard that song? Bob Marley.
Which one is that?
Be happy. Okay, that's all I'm hearing.
That's not Bob Marley.
That's not Bob Marley. Who's that?
No. Don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, don't worry, be happy. Who's that?
Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon, fellas. How are you all?
Yeah, okay. What's up?
Yes, what happened? This UNC party, I'm supporting this UNC party since 1991, April 1991, when I launched the UNC around West Savannah.
All right.
I couldn't have voted in 1991 election because I was only 15 years. I voted in 1986.
Okay.
I continue voting UNC right now. I know UNC is the only party that takes Trinidad and Tobago out of the poverty and out of the corruption.
Yeah.
When Stanley was it, and they did a lot. Under Kamala for 5 years, did a lot. And Kamala come back again and she's doing greater than all of them. And they still want to fight on that woman. And they must see kind of vision the woman have for this country. They wicked them CNN. And you see that media, them CNN media. And the 1%, they're not easy enough. They don't like good for poor people, you know. They're wicked.
I agree.
Yes, brother.
Have a good night.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, man. Thank
you know, as he said that, I have to agree. Because I don't know if you saw the news as well.
That's
but
all right,
go ahead.
caller. Good afternoon, caller.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Rupert here.
Hey, Rupert, what's up?
I tell you. The gentleman in the studio, I can't make out his voice.
That is David Welch.
Oh, David Welch.
David Welch.
Oh, David Welch, okay, good. What you have just read out there, the hour before, I have heard that every time the government changed in relation to issues. My point is this, that all what you read out there, is it illegal and nobody is going to prison.
But
hold
on.
I want to see people go
all right.
to
I agree with you.
Before the court and just lock up.
All right, but hold the horses a little bit, because I think you missed the start of the article.
They said how that investigation going on or
the
something.
Police probe begins.
A police probe begins on it. Right? So we waited to see what happening.
Have you hear me? Even PNM came into office, they do the same thing and say probe going on this. And they came out of office every 10 years and nobody ain't going to lock up because they say that the UNC government gives so much money. All right?
Yeah.
And even the PNM, right? So that the UNC keeps money, and today the UNC in office and the PNM keeps money. My point is this: we have been hearing this for decades. Have you been hearing this? And that gentleman there, even if he shows, my question to him is this: whether or not that what they did, or what he exposed, or what he shows there, if it's illegal.
Right.
But
if it's not illegal, I want to see them go to jail because that is where the money is going by corruption in this country for the last 50 years.
Correct. Exactly, Rupert.
Just imagine, we paid $2 billion to build power gen, and power gen had to keep it for 30 years. That minister, and then hand it over to that minister supposed to go to prison and his whole family.
Yeah. All right, brother. Thank you very much.
The best thing ever happened to that phone line that cut off.
How? The man talking the truth.
That the best
People
thing
supposed to
happen.
get locked up.
I agree with you. I hear you, you know. But don't come and tell me it's the same thing happening for years and cry years for me. No, heavy. Because a police probe begins. Before you was only hearing government probe and government probe. They set up commissions of you know it. They set up commissions of inquiry. That have no prosecuting powers there. The police service have the prosecuting powers. All right. I want to remind people that it is Kamala Prasad Bisasa and the UNC that called for the Police Complaints Authority to have prosecuting powers, and it was reiterated once more by the Police Complaints Authority. And you hear the Minister of National Security.
Yeah, no more clips to play though.
Why is that? Oh, you leaving?
No, I want to shut down here.
Oh, you wrapping up?
Of course. Yes.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah. But I just want to remind people that it is Kamala Prasad Bisasa that doing stuff for Trinidad and Tobago. All right, when you talk about where money going, all right, they always find a way, a loophole into putting the money into places where it shouldn't go into. And if it is that the police, not the government probe, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service begins its probe into URP allegations and questions several persons, then all you have to do is wait. You understand what I'm saying, Avi?
Yes, exactly. All you have to do is wait.
No, but
you have to give the gentleman credit because it did happen when the PNM came in the protest. The UNC was thieving.
Yeah, but they this one thief and our Trinidad and Tobago Police Service prove it.
Nobody got locked up. Nobody got whole. Nothing was done.
Yeah, but the question is heavy. Was it the TTPS that probe, or was it just government run a probe?
Well, I don't know. They never said I'm on the probe. Caller.
Yes, fellas, on the URP and the CSEP.
Yeah.
I see fellas where I live in. Fellas are 10 and 15 gang. And when the workers and them get paid, I give them. The workers only go no $200-$300.
Yeah.
And CSEP, I tell you what nobody tell me. I tell you what I live among it. I know what I talking about.
Yeah.
Yes, boy, that was happening.
People had a grandchildren and their children away, and their name on the sheet.
Wow.
In my village, I can tell you about me and lying or nothing.
And that needs to stop. That needs to stop. And getting rid of the URP program is the best. I agree. It's no longer just about poor people, you know. It's about truth. It's about what's happening.
About the economy going on. One man getting, just can imagine one man getting $10,000 a fortnight, and
exactly.
The next man getting only $200.
Thank you so much. Exactly. So don't come and tell me about it happened here, it happened there, it was happening under this one, and I want to see people get locked up. I agree, people must get locked up for it.
All about, I see it in my village, what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I taking no talk from no radio station, no nothing, talking about what I see.
Yeah.
Have a blessed night.
All right, brother, thank you very much.
All right. So I agree. Things must happen, but for now, you must secure the interests of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And it was in the best interest to shut down the URP program and the CPEP program, as well as the forestation, because it was just siphoning money out of the public purse.
Correct.
All right, and they're not even going into the citizens' hands, you know.
No.
They're going into gang leaders' hands.
And friends and family and financiers.
Exactly, friends, families, and financiers. That's the hands it was going into. So
Correct.
I agree of the shutting down of the program. So yeah, let me talk progress for Trinidad and Tobago. And on the first caller, when we came back from the commercial break there, Heavy, he spoke about progress for TNT, right? And I agree. And I saw, I don't know if you saw it as well, but for the first time ever as well, Tobago goes to CARICOM. Right?
Yes.
The leader of Tobago went to CARICOM. Chief Secretary Farley Chavez Augustine went to the CARICOM 50th Heads of State meeting with the Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisasa. And people want to know, okay, what coming out of it? Well, today, this is from the office of the Chief Secretary, the Tobago House of Assembly. A productive meeting took place on Monday, March 9th, as members of the United States Embassy paid a courtesy call to the Honorable Farley Augustine, Chief Secretary. The Honorable Augustine had engaged. held engaging discussion, with Mr. Charlie J. Franta, Deputy Chief of Mission, and Captain Gideon. Oh, I ain't saying that last name. I ain't saying that last name. That last name long. Yeah. He's a senior defense official, and they highlighting the improvement of international collaborations, etc., right? And it's just great things coming out because for the first time again, you have investors, you have big conglomerates such as the United States that coming down to little Trinidad and Tobago, right? You also have the U.S., the Prime Minister, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, went to the U.S. Southern Southcom meeting today, and they as well want to pay a visit to Trinidad and Tobago in coming days when Kamala Persad-Bissessar returns home. All right. So those are two things that came out of that one meeting. Secondly or thirdly, you also have again, as we mentioned, Chevron coming back or wanting to come to Trinidad and Tobago to hold talks with Trinidad and Tobago when it comes to the energy sector as well. There are great things coming. I see now, as we continue, the PNM is saying now, literally just come out there. So this is news right here on Talk City.
Right.
The PNM questioning, if you went across to talk energy, how would security come out of that? How it is you sign a ACCC agreement, ACCC agreement to talk about drugs and cartels and stuff like that? I tell you, these people, and it don't matter, anything good, they will demonize. Anything, any and everything they will demonize.
They're trying for the UNC government to fail. You see, once the UNC government is successful, there's no more hope for the PNM. There's no more hope. The PNM will become a non-existent party.
Definitely.
They already lost outright in Tobago. Tobago shows that they don't want no PNM over there. Right? They are looking and grabbing at anything. Right? They're waiting and they want the UNC government to fail, because if the UNC government fails, it means to say that they will have a little hope.
Yeah.
Right? But once the UNC government is successful, right, that's it. Yeah, that's the nail in the coffin for the PNM government, for the PNM administration, for the PNM party. So the opposition is trying its very best to make this government look bad.
Well, in a statement yesterday, the former Foreign Affairs Minister, Dr. Amy Brown, said it was hoped that soon after the Prime Minister returned, she would finally convene a media conference to provide some insights into the value of her trip and details of the new arrangements that she has entered into on behalf of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Amy Brown stated that while we also value the security partnership and overall diplomatic relations with the United States of America and other partnered countries, we also value our national sovereignty. And I realize that is a word that the opposition saying a lot, right? Sovereignty, sovereignty, sovereignty. Yeah, because I'm wondering where was our sovereignty and our independence when Keith Rowley called us or called Kamala Persad-Bissessar a traitor for the issue when Delcy Rodriguez came here and they didn't know. I wonder where our sovereignty was when, when we had all the flood taking place and Nicki Minaj talk about, donating money to Trinidad. And he said, we don't want that. We want no money. Because we sovereign and democratic. All right? I wonder where our sovereignty is. Well, anyway. Brown stated that Persad-Bissessar has a much hurdled but very brief photo opportunity this week with President Trump alongside the presidents of several specially selected countries in the hemisphere. Brown, he's the vice chairman of the People's National Movement, sought to remind the PM that she had led responsibility of regional security under the Caribbean Communities Quashi Cabinet, and she is obligated or obliged to report to CARICOM on key developments in this sector. But the thing is, You don't, just as you are tired of responding to them, you know. Because the Prime Minister went to CARICOM and said to CARICOM that we now own a peace. And we willing to respect your sovereignty, and we hope that you respect our sovereignty as well.
Right.
We could make our own security decisions right here in Trinidad and Tobago for the betterment of Trinidad and Tobago. So I don't understand where this you had a report to CARICOM and tell CARICOM this and tell CARICOM that, when in reality we protecting our sovereign interests, and we protecting, and Kamala Persad is protecting the people of Trinidad and Tobago. What do they want again? So many people dying, and Kamala needs international support to deal with crime in TNT. Because if you leave it up to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service alone, well, this could be the Wild Wild West.
Exactly. So with that being said, we would like to wrap up now.
Yes.
Yes.
I had to say, boy. I ain't see this heavy before, though.
No.
I telling Slap. Oh God, I telling Talk City now. I want my host, boy.
You'll be back tomorrow.
Leave my host. Don't be sending my host on all kind of shows. I'm joking.
I really batch my battery low today.
All right, so that means that on PD you go sponsor a little gyro.
We're talking about PD. Anyway, that being said, we gotta go until tomorrow. We're back here same time, same place at Talk City 91.1 FM. Any last words?
Yes, keep shooting for the stars in everything that you do, Trinidad and Tobago. If you can see it, then you can 100% be it. And remember, the moment you choose to give up is the moment a new star is born. Have a great day.